Frank Ragnow of your Detroit Lions. You are now tuning into the official new hotness, the One Pride podcast presented by ISN. This is your source for all Detroit Lions news, rumors, pre- and post-game day breakdowns. Go Lions.
And what is going on, YouTube? And welcome to the One Pride podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions, and we have fun doing so. And we have a special guest today. That's Eric, a Lions fan. He is a YouTuber. Eric, what's going on, man?
Not much. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, we're here to talk Detroit Lions football. And we got Mark Oram from Orem's Forum. What's going on, Mark?
What's going on, guys? It's Thursday. Let's talk some Lions football.
That's facts. And, of course, we got the host of Spiked Kool-Aid, the Grid Iron Blitz. What's going on, Grit?
What's up, gentlemen? What's up, Mike? Let's talk some Lions.
Let's definitely talk some Lions. Let's get some shout-out, though, to the people that are in here. We got John Kapler. We got David Rook. We have Vash Starwin. What's going on, Vash, man? Appreciate you.
Vash?
Chris Cawbaugh. I got to talk to you on the side, buddy. Zach's Ian. KO Sports Talk. He's a YouTuber as well. Subscribe to his channel. He does Chicago Bears content. And you see that little link that's hooked up to the chat. It says subscribe. That's Eric, a Lions fan. Make sure you go and click that link. Subscribe to his channel. And we get this thing going. Frog Cop, a member of mine. Welcome. Nathan Backhead. David Rook, Big D73, Kevin Cronin, Jeff Amendler, James Stratton. Oh, my God. We got people in here. This thing is flying off the charts. But we have a lot of news. I haven't been able to go live and really talk about this. The Jared Goff trade that took place. Yeah, I did not say the other name. I said Jared Goff.
Appreciate that, Mike.
That's facts on facts crime. Mark Oram from Orem's Forum. What do you think about the Jared Goff trade?
Hey, I think the trade in itself was a good deal. I think we got fair compensation back for it. Really, I didn't think we were going to get the 2 firsts and a third and a player. On top of that, you guys really know that I'm not the biggest Jared Goff guy, but hey, he's here for at least another year or two. But I think both teams kind of, LA, I was going to call him St. Louis there for a minute. LA is literally banking on one guy, but for us, hey, you can't turn down 2 first-round picks. Does not matter where it is. Everyone's saying, well, they're going to be late first-round picks. No, we don't know that. Nobody has a crystal ball. We don't know what's going on just yet. They could be early picks. We just don't know. I think, but we got a really good deal out of this, man, from LA. Personally, I think so.
That's facts. And look, we can go golfing, and that's something that we probably can't do generally. And so now we got a guy who really runs that show. Eric, a Lions fan, what do you think about this trade that took place where we traded a quarterback for Jared Goff and 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick?
I mean, I really can't say much more than what he's already said. I mean, I think we got really good value. It sucks to see Matthew Stafford kind of head over to LA, but I really think LA is getting a hell of a quarterback. Excuse my language, but I think they're really getting a really, really, really good quarterback. And for us, I mean, we can use the picks pretty much anywhere. Wide receiver, linebacker, secondary, pretty much. I don't want to say the world's in our hand, but 2 first-round picks. I mean, we could pretty much do almost whatever we want. I'm just going to leave with that.
And it's always good to do whatever you want because that doesn't generally happen here in Detroit. we generally
we know what happened in the real world.
Yeah, man. We don't get what we want over here. We get what we get. And we got the Gridiron Blitz. What do you think about the Jared Goff trade? Trade a quarterback away, but we get Jared Goff, 2 first-round draft picks, and a third-round draft pick.
Well, Mike, I think T.I. said it the best. He said you could have whatever you like, and that's what we're going to get with those 2 first-round picks. Listen, the other guy, he's ancient history. Jared Goff is my quarterback, and I am happy about this. You guys know I was real leery about who that guy was going to be to replace Mr. Such and Such. I would refuse to say his name anymore. He's not my quarterback. I'm not going to say his name, man. It's over with. It's done.
Come on,
it's done, buddy. So I am moving on to Jared Goff. I think we got a great deal, 2 first-round picks, a nice bridge quarterback, if you want to call him that, and a third-round pick to take our picks up to 6 this year. I think if we won this deal hands down.
We look at the NFC North quarterbacks, and this is something I'm just throwing in here. How do you rank it now? We still got Kirk Cousins in the division. We got Aaron Rodgers, and we got Mitchell Trubisky. How would you rank it that we got Jared Goff no longer than Matthew Stafford, Mark Oram from Orum's Forum?
Well, where am I ranking Goff at? I was 1 through 4? On
Yeah.
those guys? Oh, well, I put Rodgers at 1. I would probably put – now, this is a tough one between Goff and Cousins, I think. Yeesh. I'd probably put Cousins at 2. It's not a big like over him or anything like that. But I probably, and then I'd put Goff at 3, and I would put Trash Bisky at 4.
I like
Did I
it.
say
Mark.
that
I
out
like
loud?
it,
Did I
man.
say that
Yeah,
out
you
loud?
said it out loud, buddy.
I didn't mean that.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's what I
things
would
that
do.
you say when you say you don't mean it, you really mean.
Really
And-
do. Yeah.
And that's hashtag facts here. We got On the Warpath. He's in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's a member of Infinite Sports Network. He's going to be doing a show here, and it's going to be awesome because that's what we do here in ISN. We also like to make sure that you hit that like button. The more likes you get, the more chance that this video gets out. And, hey, we all know we're going against the legacy media. We've seen some of those Carlos manures. We've seen those people that dog our city. So it's just one of us versus all of them. Eric, a Lions fan, how would you rank the quarterbacks in the division now that we got Jared Goff in here?
Aaron Rodgers is number 1, far and away number 1 to me. And then I think you're kind of 2 and 3 are kind of bundled together. Would be Goff, and then would be Cousins. I think you could put 2 or 3, either one of those guys, and then Trubisky's way down there at 4. I mean, it's to me, what is Chicago doing over there? To me, for Chicago, they have to get a quarterback to come up to now everyone else's level. At least that's my 2 cents worth, and I'm just going to leave it there.
I'm seeing in the chat here, you got Trubisky, who's paid better than Goff. Well, I would disagree with that. He's getting paid $1 in the NFL. That means he's overpriced right now, in my opinion. Look, Trubisky is not really that good of a quarterback, in my opinion. He's a backup at best. But the Gridiron Blitz, NFC North quarterbacks, what are you going to rank when you look upon that?
Well, we already know who number 1 is. MVP, Mr. Cheesehead himself, Aaron Rodgers. I'd like to call him Mars Attack. It's a little thing him and I got going on. So I'm going to go back to number 4. Number 4 is Mitchell, hands down. Now, Mike, you already know, man. Kirk Cousins is trash. So he's going to be number 3. I'm going to pick Jared Goff, who has taken his team to a Super Bowl, okay, as the second best quarterback in the NFC North.
Come on, man.
Got a lot of moans and groans out the crew, man. A lot of moans, but it's all
Cousins is not as bad.
Kirk Cousins is trash.
No, he's not. He's just misunderstood. That's all that matters. So, okay, so we go from having the number 2 ranked quarterback in the NFC North to the number 2 ranked quarterback in the NFC North mixed with 3. So not that bad of a trade when you look at that. Overall, though, Mark Oram from Orum's Forum, did the Lions do good in this trade? What are the positives and what are the negatives that maybe the subscribers, the fan base, are not seeing right off the bat?
Well, the positives for getting Goff is like Grid alluded to there. He said he does have playoff experience. He's been to the, he's won a couple games in the playoffs. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's young. He's only 26 years old. That I do like that a lot. And the negatives are, we're paying some good money for him. It's for him and Stafford in 2021. Comes out to like $46 million. I think we're dishing out 2021 for these 2 guys because of the dead cap. The negatives too. You guys know how I feel about the negatives with Goff is that this man is a turnover machine, and he is. He's done it the past few years. He's like second in the league since like 2017. He fumbles a lot. He's got those little baby hands, guys, and it's not me making up that. That's been since 2016 at the NFL Combine about his small hands, and it's shown the last 4 or 5 years. He doesn't hold on to the football. He fumbles a lot. He averages about 8+ fumbles a season, and he throws a lot of interceptions. If he can cut all that stuff down, hey, more power. Like more power to him. Better for us, and we just have to protect him. We really got to protect him.
He just needs to have more hands on deck, I guess.
He
got to
does.
use a strong hand, and apparently he doesn't have a strong hand. That hand's small.
No, man.
Eric, a Lions fan, rate this trade. What do you think? Positives, negatives, maybe other people aren't thinking about.
Rate this trade? God, I think we could have fleeced the Rams on this, to be honest with you. I think we got like kind of what I said at the first part. We got a hell of a great value. I think we got like the 2 first-round picks, the third, and plus for Goff. I think that for the Lions, that's fleecing another team for this organization. And what was your other question there, Mike? I'm sorry.
Is there negatives maybe that individuals out there may not know, or positives that we're not touching base on?
I don't know Jared Goff all that well, so I guess I really don't have anything to add on that. I just haven't seen Goff enough to know if we're really gaining anything or if there are any negatives to him. I just haven't seen him enough to give a good analysis on that, Mike.
The Gridiron Blitz is always coming up with weird things and things that we don't understand. Kind of like his mustache right now. That thing is flying high.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
It's got wings. Okay. If you see this mustache, everybody take a point at it, and you can understand what we're talking about here. Gridiron Blitz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What are we not looking at? What are positives? What are negatives regarding the Goff trade?
Well, I think the negatives obviously is that Goff has regressed. And like Mark has been saying, he's a turnover machine, but I think it's things that he can clean up. So I think that and another positive, the positive is that we have a quarterback who wanted to be here, not like he had a choice, but at the same time, I would prefer one that wants to be here as opposed to one that does not. Also, if we look at it, the Denver Broncos, they didn't want to part with one Drew Lock. If they had, we might have Drew Lock as the quarterback in our possession. And I wonder how you guys would respond to that. So those are the positive. We got a starting caliber quarterback, and we're better than Daniels. We're better than Bow. And, we got a guy that wants to be here.
Folks, make sure you hit that like button. I have no idea how many likes there are, but if you haven't done so, let's do it. Let's get to at least 100 likes before the show is over. Also, subscribe to Eric, a Lions fan. A little link is in the chat, posted and pinned. We also got Mark Oram from Orams Forum. Subscribe to his channel. We're trying to get him to 1K. And if you did not know, if you had no idea, Mark Oram from Orams Forum is also apparently a head coach of the Detroit Lions. Because if you look at Mark Oram from Orams Forum, you see a very similar look. There's this guy.
Very, very close.
There's Mark Oram. There's this guy. There's Mark Oram.
I need a Jags toque.
That's it, buddy. That's literally it. A beanie.
I do have a beanie. I do have a Lions
and
beanie.
That you're good to go, buddy.
He looks exactly like him, and it's shocking how crazy it is. What's going on, Mikey G? Welcome, Travis Doyley, huge MVP here. There's been rumors flying around that the Detroit Lions are looking at one wide receiver currently with the Chicago Bears named Allen Robinson. Mark Oram from Orams Forum, what do you think about Allen Robinson? Do you think these rumors are true? Could we actually sign this guy?
I think they might be inquiring about him, but I know he's a little bit older. Big kid, 6'2", 220. Played about 7 seasons. I think one season he was hurt. So this is a guy that's averaged about 76 catches a year, about 1,000 yards, 6 to 7 touchdowns, a year. And he's going to come at a pretty hefty price, man. He's probably going to be asking for about 17, 18 million a year. I don't think the Lions can afford really to do that. He's from Detroit, Michigan, I guess. He's from the state of Michigan, so that's pretty cool. And I know on his Twitter account he's put Detroit versus everybody on there. He represents the city very well, but when it comes down to money, I just don't think the Lions can go do that, man. In a retool or a rebuild, whatever you want to call this, I don't think they can really go out and do that. So. I don't know, but I think they're inquiring about him, though.
He's definitely a playmaker. I see that in the chat. Let me know in the comment section. Spam the comment section. Do you want Allen Robinson to be a Detroit Lion? Y for yes, N for no. I'm curious to see what you guys think. But spam it. Let's see. Let's do a little informal poll while we're talking here. And that's my cell phone going off, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Eric, a Lions fan, what do you think about Allen Robinson potentially being a Detroit Lion? Do you think this is true, or this is what? What do you think?
Oh goodness, I'm looking at the stats right now, and I mean, you got to kind of put the call in there to see what he's, what his feelings are. Does he want to come here? What is his, is he looking for a long-term contract, a short-term? What is he looking at here? I'm looking at the stats right now. It's 1,147 yards in 19, and 12 is 1,250 yards, 6 to 7 touchdowns. I really can't. I mean, at least you got to put the feeler out there for the guy, whether it's going to be realistic or not. I guess kind of remains to be seen, but I'll let Grid right up here take that.
Ben says yes. We got Ian says heck yes. We got Tokyo yes. I'd rather have Galladay than Robinson. Travis Doyley, Linda, welcome. She loves. I tell you what, man, she likes smelly stuff. You got to see Linda out there. She says yes. Mikey G, yes. A lot of yeses going on. Gridiron Blitz. What do you think? Allen Robinson, is this just hogwash, or could this potentially be true?
It might be more like backwash, because I don't know if we have the money to get this guy here. His average salary is over $20 million. Now, Mark said he was old. He's only 27. So for me, I must be dust. But the situation here is we got one guy that we have a problem signing. We might have a problem signing, and then we got this other guy. So it depends to me if, Brad can do something maybe a little front heavy, load the contract a little front heavy. We lose Galladay. Maybe he makes it happen. I don't know, guys. We're already negative 10 million right now, so we need a miracle at this point, but I'm sure Brad can pull something off.
Pulling off, and that's something we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about how a player came into Detroit today, and looks like the Lions wanted to look at him, and that is David Irving, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys. He came in for a workout. Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. What do you think about that?
Yeah, this is a guy that's been suspended for marijuana use. I know back in the day, and he was having trouble kicking that habit. Now the NFL is pretty lenient on that. He's a decent defensive lineman. He's no monster or nothing like that coming off the edge, but he could probably definitely help the team if he comes in for a visit, which he did, obviously, right, or something like that, because he never played last year, right? So they can bring in guys that haven't played, I guess, over the year. And he'd be really cheap. So, I'd take a look at him. Why not?
Eric, a Lions fan, what do you think about him? Do you think it'd be a good signing for the Detroit Lions? I mean, we do have issue upon that defensive line.
Yeah, I agree with this Wolf. There we go. This guy right over here. Goodness, sorry about that. Yeah, I think you got to look. I think you got to bring him in, see what he does. Same thing with Robinson there. See what he wants. What's he going to get paid? How is he going to work out well? All that good stuff, and just take it from there.
The Gridiron Blitz loves defensive line. If you don't understand him, or if you don't listen to him, he talks about get defensive line. Get it. This is defensive lineman, Gridiron Blitz. What do you think about adding Irving to the Detroit Lions?
I'm going to say probably no. I mean, to me, this guy looks like a throwaway dude. You know what I'm saying? The statistics, he's got 60 total tackles, 12 and a half sacks in his entire career, which spans now almost 6 years. I'm going to have to say no. I don't even want a flyer. I know a lot of you guys might be like, I'm fanboiling right now, but that's not the case. If we're going to sign this guy, we can sign Mr. Everson, bring him back. This time, I see him as a rotational guy straight off the bench, but this dude right here is not worth my time, in my opinion. We can find better off somewhere else.
You don't want this guy.
I don't want this guy. I don't want him, man.
Everson, Gridiron Finn.
Hey, well, I mean, he did his thing. He did what he could, played, I think it was 6 or 7 games. Always had a high motor, not as big as I was last year, because I feel a little slighted by EG, man. think he had a chance, but being Patricia being our quarterback, a lot of cats didn't want to be here. At this point, he can go where he wants to. I no longer care. If he wants to come back here, that's fine. But I would rather an EG over this dude. I wouldn't waste my time on him.
7:15 here very shortly, folks. We go to the mailbag segment where you guys run the show. Hashtag NFL, hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever team you're a fan of. We will go ahead and answer your questions at 7:15. It's a fun segment. Doesn't have to be Lions related, even though 99% of it is Lions because we're a Lions channel. Let's not make that an issue here, right? With the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. What should the Lions do with that 7th pick? Stay, trade up, trade back, select a player, defense, offense. What do you think, man? Because this is a big deal here.
Yeah, this is a big deal. Personally, I would like to stay. I know they have a lot of options. They could go back, but I would really like to stay and grab defense. And if they stay at 7, I'm still really sold on Micah Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State. I really like him. I'm kind of torn between him, who sold the defensive end out of Miami. But I really think they need to stay at 7 and get that defensive guy that they can actually build around for the future. So, because I think quarterback's out of the picture now, so it's got to be defense, and it has to be D-line or linebacker.
Let me know in the comment section, who do you want to pick? You have 3 players there. You have Trey Lance, Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons, and you have to pick. Let me know in the comment section out of those 3. P for Penei. It's simple there. You go Trey Lance with T, and you got M for Micah, almost micro Parsons there. Gridiron Blitz, the 7th pick in the draft. Up, down, stay, left, right. What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, Mike, it all really depends on 2 things. One, do we get a Tyrod Taylor as a backup quarterback? That'll solidify the fact that, in my opinion, we don't take a quarterback. So that guy is out. In addition to that, we keep forgetting about a little-known thing called free agency. I know a lot of us like the draft, but there is a thing called free agency that comes before the draft. We got to see what the Lions do there. But either way, depending on what they do, I'm going to say if they got the quarterback they want, and Micah Parsons, I like the Russo kid as well. You got to trade back, man. You got to trade back. Here's what I would like to do. I would like us to maybe have the Patriots come up from 15. They take 7. They give us 15 and 46, and I would be happy with that. So in my opinion, you got to trade back and get 2 for the price of 1, bare minimum.
Travis Doyley says P. We got Dolo with T. Parsons, trade. We got Trey Lance, Parsons, don't reach Parsons. So a lot of Parsons here, a lot of trades as well. Trey Lance and some Penei Sewells. We love Penei Sewells here. That's one of my favorite players in this draft. I just don't see him there, but you never know. There could be quarterback heavy where you get 4 quarterbacks go in the top 5 picks, and a Penei Sewell does fall there. To me, that's tempting. If I'm the Detroit Lions and I'm at 7, you got Decker on the left side, Big D, and you got Big P on the right side. You're pushing that pocket, and they want to run the football. We know that. Strong Ds can't stop strong Ps.
Oh.
And to me, that would be enticing. It would be, but I love my.
Oh man! Oh man!
Oh my God!
Oh,
We got
I gotta take a shot.
Look, strong P's means strong D's. You're building the trenches, in my opinion. But Micah Parsons, what a fantastic player.
What a talent.
If I'm sitting there and Trey Lance is available, and you got teams such as the Carolina Panthers who don't got a quarterback right now, Washington football team, no quarterback, the New England Patriots, I am very much considering trading back a couple spots because I want to pick up another pick, whether it be a 3rd pick, maybe a 2nd round pick, maybe a pick in the next year's draft. The more picks you get, the better chance you have on fielding a better roster. Right now, the Detroit Lions roster is so god-awful, specifically in the defense. And with Brad Holmes, the ability to find these players in these rounds, to have more of those chances, I would really like. I truly, truly do. And to me, I think if you can get a decent deal, I'm looking to trade back as best as I can. Did you say Washington, Mike? I'm all ears. On the Warpath is part of Infinite Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He is all about Washington football team. Eric, if you're at 7 and you have a choice between Penei Sewell, Micah Parsons, Trey Lance, stay there. If you get an offer, say to move to 15 and pick up a second-round pick, what are you thinking, man?
I'm thinking about taking Penei, be honest. To me, other than Penei, I don't think you take anybody else. You just take him and just go with it.
Wants to get that offensive line solid. He wants to shore it up, man. I see that. I see that, E. Breezy.
Hey, Grid, we all know how Stafford was back there.
Oh, that's the word of the day. That's the word of the day, man. We don't say Stafford. No, I'm joking, D. I'm joking.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I'm joking, bro.
And if you want to know, we've been talking about him for 12 straight years. And now we got the Goff, man. And so that's one of those things where we're looking. But Penei Sewell from Oregon, God, I'm telling you right now, he is a beast of a guy. And he can really stop strong Ds, just like Troxel Sports Talk. What's going on, Troxel Sports Talk?
Jeez.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Eric?
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Not a whole lot, brother.
This is Troxel Sports Talk, and he's got a show that will be every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. What is the name of the show, Trox?
Necessary Roughness.
Woo! I don't know about that, guys. We talking about strong D's and roughness. I'm not sure. I like the sound of that, but it sounds like
gonna be called.
It's Necessary Roughness, baby.
He's got that strong hand. Make sure that's necessary.
Oh Lord.
But hey, Grid, real quick. I was in the we call it kind of listening in. You said something about the New England Patriots with the 15th and 46.
Mm-hmm.
They better give us next year's first too, and then I'll accept that trade.
Ooh.
They want the 7th overall pick to get their quarterback. You give us their 15th, next year's first, and the 46th, and they can be glad. And I'll be glad to give them that.
So, man, that makes sense, Trox. It does. Really
on the Warpath, I think would be on the angry path. if they gave up a first-round pick and a second-round pick.
Very angry.
Trox, I said that I laughed at you last time, and you said I want 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick for Stafford.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, it's just when you look at the value of getting your quarterback.
Yeah,
that's what you're willing to give up whatever it takes to get that guy. If that's your guy, say if it's a Zach Wilson or a Trey Lance or whoever, you need to move up. And if you're going to move up, 2 first-round draft picks and either the 46th or maybe you drop that because you're giving up next year's first and drop that to a third in this year's. So this year's 15th and then the 3rd round pick and then next year's 2nd. That's bare minimum I'm going to be willing to give up for that number 7th overall pick.
And if his dreams come if his dreams come true, I will drink 10 Mountain Dews live on air and try to do it within 5 minutes because that seems outlandish to me.
The Mike Man chugs.
Chugging that dew. I was gonna say chugging that dew, but we don't do that around here. We look towards this draft here, Gridiron Blitz. What is we're looking towards this draft, Gridiron Blitz,
yes, sir.
And there's a ton of prospects out there. I mean, we're talking about first-round talents, but what is a prospect you would tell the people to take a look at? It doesn't necessarily have to be the first pick. It could be an undrafted rookie, someone like that out there. What do you think?
Well, Mike, I'm just getting into the draft, man. Not really where I'm solid at, but I've just kind of been catching up on, prospects and players and things like that. And it's enjoyable, man. But the first thing I got to say is if you take in the draft, when you look into the draft, you got the draft board and you just take the best available player. So I can't really name an absolute, prospect, but I just got to say, man, you got to take the best available player. And I think too, with the Detroit Lions, I'm not going to say his name, but in this case, you take the best available player. At the same time, it depends on what you want to do. So I'm kind of oxymoroning myself right here, but I feel like if you want to win, if you want to build for the future, you might take the quarterback in this situation. But if you're trying to maybe have a 2 or 3 year kind of gap, then you might take another guy as well. So I'm not really sure on prospects, but I'm sure you just take the best player available.
Mark Oram from Orum's Forum. What is an individual that, because I know you're into this stuff as much as I am, what is an individual you would want to tell the subscribers out there to take a look at? It doesn't have to be the first pick. It doesn't have to be it could be an undrafted rookie. But what is someone to keep an eye on?
I really would keep an eye on the linebacker position. I really like that Nick Bolton kid from Missouri. That's a kid that you would maybe have to jump up into the first round to get, though, but he could slip. He could slip out of that first round, and he could fall to us back at, what are we in the second round, like 42? Is that where we are? Something like that?
I think a little lower than that.
Little lower than that?
I think a wee bit, but I'll check it out, though. Keep going.
Okay, so that's the guy that I really like, Nick Bolton out of Missouri, man. He's a 5'2" player. I'm gonna they kind of use that like a baseball terminology there, but he's a guy that could really do everything, and he's an animal on the field, man. He's a guy that I would really like, but they really got to keep an eye on this linebacker position, the Detroit Lions. I expect at least 2 or 3 linebackers drafted here. So
linebacking core is in a world of hurt. The linebacking core is the equivalent of sitting in a car where the windows cannot be coming down and somebody really let one loose inside the car full of gas. It's bad.
After eating an egg sandwich.
Oh, man. And Mark, you were right, man. Egg sandwiches is what I just had because I said we were lower and we were actually higher. Number 41 is what we've got in the second round.
41.
So that's all eggs, baby. All eggs.
We would probably have to trade up probably to get him somehow. But I like him a lot, man. He's a guy that could slip out of the first round. So
Troxel Sports Trox, also known as Troxel Sports Talk. Who is an individual that you would want the fan base to take a look at? Again, may necessarily not be a first round guy, and it can't be a current player like Nick Bawden.
Dang, I really wanted Nick Bawden. No, I'm just playing. No, actually,
yesterday.
Now this year, I am going to say he can go. Him, Hand, Austin Bryant, they can all go.
Hallelujah.
What? Because best ability is availability.
Yes,
and
sir.
you have not been able to stay healthy, so it's your time. Goodbye. But a guy that I would be looking at is Trey Sermon or also a Chubba Hubbard.
Ooh, Canadian boy.
I'm not saying in the first round. I'm not saying even in the second round. If they can fall into like that third round, say where we picked up that Jared Goff 3rd round pick, maybe we look at there. Maybe we look at, maybe a receiver there. Kenny Golladay might not be here. We picked Kenny Golladay in the 3rd round. So if we got 2 3rd round draft picks, there's your wide receiver, there's your running back. And with what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are looking to do is run that football. Carry on these drives. You like how I said that? Carry on
I
these
do,
drives.
because we got to move on from that clown, but okay. Yep.
Yeah, so
Carry on our wayward son.
Absolutely. And I just seen earlier today that, DeAndre Swift wants Adrian Peterson back. So,
He does.
Get rid of Carry On, get rid of everybody else outside of those two, which would be Swift and AP. Bring in, another rookie and really run that football.
he wants to run the football, but there's a player that Toko rock star, literally took out of my mouth, and that's Javon Holland, safety from where? Oregon. The guy is a very good safety. Probably could get him. Ooh, maybe in the third round. I think you get him in the third round. I think you throw him up there if Tracy Walker's still going to be here. That would be a great combination of young defensive backs. Javon Holland, Tracy Walker, Amani Oruwariye, Jeff Okudah. Man, oh man, I think that would be a good pick because I feel like we do need another safety. I think he can learn fairly quick as well. I think Javon Holland would be a guy I would pay attention to a little bit out there. Maybe safety is not the biggest need, but I think we could get an upgrade, and Holland would be a great player to have. Not only is his last name Holland where I live, but he's from Oregon. So there's a lot of connections there, not relative to his work on the field, but I do like that. Najee Harris, I'm seeing a lot of people saying there, imagine having Swift and Najee Harris in there at the same time. I would definitely take that too. Woo! That would be sick. A little
ahead of yourself, man. We only got 6 picks now. We only got 6 as of now, so we got to make something amazing. As of now.
Yeah, as of now.
A little bit more.
Oh, facts. You know,
trade Jesse James. Who's in favor of trading Jesse James?
I'm going twice.
Okay, Grid. We trade Jesse James. We trade Jesse James. What could we get for him?
5th, maybe.
5th? I'd take that.
Yeah.
I'd take that. What about you, Eric, a Lions fan?
Yeah, fourth or fifth pick. Yeah, I agree with Grid there.
Wow. Let me know in the chat, what do you think we could get if we trade Jesse James? I think Travis Troxel Sports Talk's going to say, I'll take next year's first, this year's first, I'll take a third.
No, I know what it's
Mercedes-Benz, Lamborghini.
No, I know it's Jesse James, so I would definitely go, just kind of like where Eric, a Lions fan, said about a 4th or a 5th. I mean, even if it's a 5th, 6th or a 7th, any draft pick for Jesse James, I would take.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Mr. Irrelevant for Jesse James. There you go.
I don't think you're even getting a draft pick for Jesse James.
I'll take a conditional 7th round draft pick for this guy.
You guys act
not
like
for
he
a
is
blocking tight end, man.
That's a hot take.
I don't think so,
That's
man.
a Mike.
I feel like
what has he done?
Listen, I'll give it back to Mike, but I feel like we've been a little too hard on him, bro. You got to get the throne. You got to get the pass thrown to you, and you got to do that, man. We got to, cut him a little slack.
I ain't cutting him no slack. He's been cutting paychecks and has been cutting out on the field. I want to see production.
Yeah,
I want to see.
You
production.
gotta get the ball.
Is there
to
any
have
other
production.
person you would like to trade that we could trade? I mean, there's a couple people out there. I don't know. I really don't see Kerryon Johnson probably gets you nothing.
No, Kerryon gets you something.
Really?
Kerryon gets you at least a 4th.
Really?
Kerryon might get you a 5th, man. I don't know, man. He's got, man, what is he, like 24 with bad knees? You know what I mean? He's 24 with bad knees, man. I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, he might give you
hey, he is one of the best blocking backs in the NFL, and that is solid. But I don't think teams are going to trade for a blocking back. You know what I mean? With bad knees.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, if I'm going to keep Kerryon, I would throw him at the fullback position.
Oh Lord, have mercy!
Oh, you and fullbacks, bro.
He would get
fullbacks win in the NFL. They help you win championships. You don't believe me? Go look at
obsession with fullbacks is uncanny.
Absolutely, because the reason why I'm so enamored about the fullback position is because look at James Devlin with the Patriots. Look at Anthony Sherman from the Chiefs. Look at all these players. They're making deep runs. How? They're getting a lead back that is help blocking for them so they can, make that first man miss, get up and go.
Does anyone have Cricket a sound back there?
Yes. Troxel has it.
I think Patrick Mahomes.
That ain't Cricket. What? There we go.
Wow.
There we go. Joe Mama says, you're my favorite YouTuber. Please answer. Well, I am answering you, and I appreciate you by being those kind words. John Kapler dropping a $5 super chat.
Nice.
Shout out to John. He says, bold prediction, 10 draft picks after some more player trade and trade out a 7. Man,
I
that'd
can
be
see
that'd be
that.
insane to get 10 because we're at what 6 right now.
We are sitting
Yeah,
at 6.
6.
Yeah.
That would be intense to have 10 draft picks. Do you guys think we can come out with 10 in this draft?
I think it depends on who we flip. It depends
yeah.
on who we flip. How many people of value, like Mark said, like you might not get anything for Kerryon Johnson. I at least want a bag of jerky. That's what I want, man. So
You might get some teriyaki on that one. You might get a little teriyaki.
I need some Frank's Hot or Sweet Baby Ray, something. You know what I mean? But I don't think that. I mean, it all depends to me, Mike. It all depends.
That one chip challenge.
I don't know. He's talking to somebody out there, but he lost his speaking ability. What say you, Eric, a Lions fan? Do you think that we can come out with the 10 draft picks?
Yes, I will say yes. I think we can. It just depends on if that's their guy and that's the guy that they want. What are they willing to give up for him? I don't think 10 draft picks are out of the question at all.
Okay.
I see a great comment by Zax. He says every former Patriot can go. I concur with that.
Facts.
And if you really want to know how the Patriot way works, all you got to do is ask Danny Amendola.
My man.
Who made a comment, says Tom Brady's the Patriot way. The coaches aren't on the field. So that kind of explains to you how great the Patriot way works. And it didn't work too well here in Detroit. Are all linebackers except for Collins in history. Boom, you got your 10 picks. Okay, Christopher, I see you. You know, we do got, though, in 3 minutes, we got the mailbag segment, and that's where you guys go ahead and ask us the questions. We will answer. You can ask us individually or all as a unit, whatever you want to say. Just go ahead and do hashtag NFL, hashtag Lions, hashtag Eagles, whatever fan you are of, and you guys run the show. I have a question for Troxel Sports Talk. What is your show like that you do on Wednesdays?
Well, it's going to have a little bit of comedy. It's going to have a little bit of football. You know, as you guys know from yesterday, it could go any which way the wind blows. But, I mean, hey, yesterday we had a blast. I guess we could call that the inaugural show because it was on a Wednesday. But, you know, we're going to have a lot of laughs. We're going to have a lot of football talks. And, you know, we're going to talk all 32 teams. It's not going to just be, you know, Detroit Lions or one specific team. It's going to be all 32, all 32 teams. We're going to talk about it. If you have a favorite player, you know, with fantasy football or things like that, you know, come on in. We'll talk about it and we'll have some fun with it.
What's going on, Christopher Green? Welcome. I see
Chris?
Jeff
That's my boy
Butler
right there.
dropping a $5 super chat. Hey, I appreciate you dropping that super chat, sir. If you got a question, let us know. Let's see here. We were at a question, though, and I completely lost it.
Well, while you're finding it, we got Clarence Bodiger in the building, Mr. RoboCop's enemy himself. Shout out to Clarence Bodiger. I didn't know he was still alive, man. I didn't know he was still here.
Love it.
Well, again, you got questions, hashtag NFL, hashtag Lions, hashtag Travis Troxel Sports Talk, whatever you want, we got it. How far back are we willing to trade, you think? I think 21 would be as far as back we go. That is with the Indianapolis Colts. Maybe they don't get a quarterback that they could trade for a Kirk Cousins or whoever they covet, and they need to get a quarterback to compete immediately. That's as far as back as I want to go. Yeah. I don't want to go too much farther back than that. What say you, Trox?
Yeah, I mean, no later than 21st. You know, but that depends on, you know, if you caught yesterday's show, if Andrew Luck comes back or not. I mean, if he comes back out of retirement, you know, they might just stay at 21, but no later than 21, because I don't think anybody else outside of the 21st overall pick needs a quarterback. So, you know, that's really about the last I'm going to be trying to go after.
Marcus Herbert has got a question. I'm going to definitely throw this one to Mark Orm because he's a Giants fan as well. Panel, how do you think the Giants fare after the Eagles stunt in Week 16? Hashtag Giants fan.
How do they fare? What for? Oh, for is that for Peterson pulling Jalen Hurts? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Well, what's the question? Like, I don't get it though. What's the question?
They're
like,
terrible. The Eagles. How do the Giants or Eagles?
How do the Giants fare after the Eagles showed a bad performance? So are they better now that do you think the Eagles got worse?
Well, I think the Eagles got worse in that situation. That was kind of a Bush League move by Doug Peterson. He never should have did that. And he BS'd his whole way through that what's it called? After the game, the post game
conference.
At the press conference, saying that it was time to see Nate Sudfeld. No, it wasn't. It wasn't really time to see Nate Sudfeld. You got Jalen Hurts sitting there.
Yeah.
Let the kid play it out. We know what you were doing. You were trying to, you know what I mean? And it got yourself fired because your players, your actual players wanted to kill you on the field.
Yep.
That's exactly right. You're exactly right.
There was guys going after him, and there was other players pulling players away from him, and then I got it escalated more into the locker room. But the Giants, the Giants were mad. Obviously, they have every right to be upset about it, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. The Giants will be all right in the future, but the Giants have a ton of work to do.
Would you trade Desmond Trufant? What do you think we could get for him at Travis Doyley? Drop in a super chat. He's a member of mine, MVP out there. I would love to trade Desmond Trufant. I would love to think 31 other franchises are insane.
Yes.
But the reality is this guy is injured.
He might have to be an added player to a trade.
He's a camp.
He's a cut.
He's a cut.
Yeah.
He's a cut, and you're going to save money by cutting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really wish we could trade him, but with the amount of money that he's causing and the amount of play that he's not on the field, I don't see that happening. The guy is always injured. When we signed him, I said, why are we signing an injured player?
Yeah.
No injured players.
Because that was the Bob Quinn way. That really was. Dude was more misses than hits, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If I miss your question, just repost it. It's not that I'm being mean. It's because I can't see it. You honestly think the organization might have finally gotten the front office right, or should they consider moving on from Rod Wood? I think they got it right.
Yeah.
Eric, Lions fan, what you think?
Wait and see. Let's wait and see.
Okay, Eric. Okay, Eric, the realistic Lions fan. If y'all didn't know, that was his old name. Yeah, I like that, E. I like it, bro.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
The only reason I say that is I've been a Lions fan back when Billy Sims was at the end of his career, and ever since then, this front office has not gotten it right. So I am very, very what's the word?
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm going to say pessimistic. Very pessimistic.
Okay.
I don't think it's just show me.
True. That's a good man.
I think that we got it right. This is an insane front office. The coaching staff is on a different level of awesomeness. We're getting guys all over, former coaches. We're getting people doing lateral moves, leaving teams such as the Chicago Bears to come to Detroit. This is something that we haven't seen before. We got coaches wanting to bite kneecaps off. We got all sorts of stuff happening here in Detroit that we have not seen before, and I like it.
I love it.
I'm not a cannibal. But I can get down with what's taking place right now.
I'm cautiously optimistic, but you got to show me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shaq Barrett, Josh Johnson, Jared Cook, Mark Ingram, Notre Dame linebacker in the draft. Woo!
Wait, what Josh Johnson? What Josh Johnson?
I see Mark Ingram in there.
I see Josh Johnson. That's who I see.
And is that the former quarterback?
The quarterback?
I hope it ain't.
No.
Not the dude that's
I
not
thought
him,
I thought we brought him in for a little bit.
Yeah, we brought him in, cut him. He went to the XFL, and the XFL said, no.
I think
he's see me.
No.
Jason, 4 wins. 4 wins.
Yeah.
I do. Look, guys, if we don't be successful this year, it's not because of the talented coaching staff. We are in rebuild mode, and if you look upon this defense, what Quinn Trisha did to this defense on talent-wise is a travesty. Okay, they have made this defense so bad. I don't care if you have Lombardi as the coach. This defense still gonna suck. So I would say hold up a little bit and just look for competing. I think that's what we need to not really focus on wins. But oh my God. How would you think the Giants fare after the Eagles stunt? I did that one already.
Yes, you did.
Yep. Hi, all. Hope we draft back. Collect 2020 gives the coaching chance to wash the roster and have more to work with. I'm with you, and that's what we
I
did
like
already.
that.
Also,
Interesting.
cap.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
like
bad.
that.
And you got to understand, next year's cap is going to be much better than this year. I ain't trading nothing. I'm picking Trey Lance. Okay, Dolo.
He put that joint in
Yeah.
all capital letters. I see you, Dolo.
All the
Dolo,
time. All
man,
the time.
All the
Dolo. Love
time.
it.
All caps, all the time.
Dolo
Yeah,
and
Dolo.
B. My guy right there. B. Hashtag Lions. What's your guys' thoughts on Kyle Pitts? The guy is basically a wide receiver. Would be a matchup night where our best on your worst. Look, I like Kyle Pitts on another football team. I'm not taking a tight end in the top 10 again. Gridiron Blitz.
Who is Kyle Pitts? I don't even
Tight
know.
end. Very
He's a tight
talented
end
tight
from
end.
Florida.
From Florida. I don't
Yeah.
watch Florida games. I didn't know that. So,
But he's
I don't know.
projected. He's projected to be a wide receiver in the NFL. But
So that'd
he
be a
play-
big wide
he-
receiver then.
yeah, he plays like a wide receiver. He does not play the position.
So if
the
we
tight end
took him-
position,
That he would be a wide receiver, basically.
I would think that any team that grabs him, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just guessing that he's going to play wide receiver in the NFL. I don't know, Trox. What do you think?
I think he'll be a wide receiver. I don't think he'll
Yeah,
play a whole lot of tight end, because tight ends you got to block and you got to be able to receive. You got to be able to do kind of
Yeah,
both.
but if you look at the Las Vegas Raiders tight end, he is basically a catching machine over there. And
Yeah.
what they say is he's a replica of
yeah.
him.
I would compare him to
Darren
Waller
Waller?
for sure.
Waller,
yeah,
yeah.
to Waller for sure. I would seriously. Yeah, that's a
We
good
got a
comparison.
super chat here. Thoughts
Shout
on
out to Travis.
being Lions' new theme song,
Nice.
Tubba Thumpin' of Chubba Wumba.
Oh God,
Oh wait, literally.
I
Check this
remember
out,
that
fellas.
song.
I thought I was going to be the only guy at this table that knew that song.
I know
No,
that
bro,
song.
I'm 47, bro. I'm 47. I know that too.
Oh man.
We got we got Mark Orm from Orm's Forum, who's 147 years of age. Oh
Looking
man!
good,
And
baby,
if you
looking
don't
good.
know, Mark Orm from Orm's Forum is also our defensive. There's Mark Orm right there.
Oh man.
Mark, look at the camera. Hey!
Hey, Mark Orr,
Oh man.
the new
Hilarious.
D line coach.
Hey, why would I get that kind of money then? Sign me up, Lions.
It's in the
Sign
mail,
me up.
Mark.
I'm
It's in
available.
the
I'm
mail,
available.
Lions. This is for Malicious Mike. I like the name there. Would you
Wow.
trade the number 7 and 4 to the Jets for 23, 34, and 66? Holy smokes.
23, 30,
Oh my God. For number 22. No, I'm not
I don't
going to
think
do
so.
that. I don't want to go past 21, even though that's quite a bit of capital there, because you're getting a first and another second, and it looks like a third.
Yeah.
I'll stay where I'm at. I'll stay where I'm at, but I appreciate the Malicious Mike name. That is good. Let's see here. Hashtag NFL. How about signing Curtis Samuel for the wide receiver core, Troxel Sports Trox?
I love it. I love it. He's underrated. And I think we can actually get him for less than what you would actually think that you can get
Yeah.
him for. So if we could bring him, absolutely quick, fast, and in a hurry.
We got a joke question here. Do you guys think we can trade for Trevor Lawrence next year? Urban dips for health reasons.
No.
Linda Brendan, she got
Oh,
a question
man.
here. It's laughing, crying. Poor guy. Hey, if you want to hear some funny stuff, here are stories about how she farts and leaves the room.
Wait,
Because
what?
What?
Huh?
Oh man, that's an inside joke. Linda. Sorry, Linda. Sorry.
Travis
Oh,
Doyley
Lord.
dropping a $5 super chat again. MVP Travis Doyley. Thoughts on drafting a corner, Asante Samuel Jr.? His dad was an excellent player. I have not scouted Asante Samuel Jr. I know his father very well. Very great player. Mark
Facts.
Orem, have you done any research on his son?
No, not really. I know he's not a first round pick, that's for sure. But I take a look at him down the road, but not in the first round.
Yeah, I have not. I am not going to lie. I have not done any research on him.
I think
Is
I'm
there
more
anyone else?
concerned, Mike, with the fact that I watched his daddy play, and now I'm about to watch him play. Like, wow,
Crazy, eh?
Me too,
That's-
Grid. Me too.
that's bad news, E.
I know.
Hey, Mark Orem watched his great grandfather play back in the day.
Back in the day when.
Oh man,
Andrew
Woo-wee.
says, "Peace out, gotta go." Hey, we appreciate
Hey,
it.
Andrew.
Roman says,
All right,
"Allen
Andrew.
Robinson is from Detroit." Yes, Detroit versus everybody. We don't have the money from TA Noble Sports to get it. 313 Claus. Hashtag ISN. Do you think Stenberg will make his debut in 21? And thoughts on Mark Ingram coming to help Swift at run back and core? First off, I love both.
I agree, Trox. I agree.
Fingers
Stenberg, let's
crossed.
go.
Yeah,
Let's go, man. I want to see Stenberg play, Trox.
I want him to be the starting guard. Him, and then opposite of him would be what do you call it, Jonah Jackson.
Yo.
Okay, so you're right there. What about Mark Ingram, Troxel Sports Trox?
I mean, hey, if he, like I said, if we can get him for a cheap deal, absolutely bring him in. I like Mark Ingram.
Erica Lions fan, what do you think of Stenberg?
I don't know a whole lot about Stenberg, but I know I want Mark Ingram. If they're willing to give him up, come to Papa. Come to Papa.
Facts.
Big
I
Daddy
think he'd be-
Chronicles.
Yeah.
He'd be a great 1-2 punch to make that Spike Kool-Aid a little bit better, Gridiron Blitz. What do you think
Yeah,
about
man.
Mark Ingram and Stenberg? I mean, move that offensive line and run the foosball.
I think it's time for Big Sting to get into that lineup. As far as Ingram, man, I'm kind of on the fence.
Daddy.
To me, man, I mean, I don't know how the running back market is looking, but I know we talked about this about Fournette. Maybe but he's probably going to want to stay, especially if they win. So I take a leftover Mark Ingram, but he can't be hurt. He getting up there, man. He getting up there. We can't. One thing I can say about Adrian Peterson, I know y'all ready. But I think if utilized right, if you don't make him the number one, we could keep another AP, man. I think he's more reliable than Ingram.
Okay. We got hashtag Lions. True font is the Blake Griffin of the Lions.
Oh,
Wow, that's tough.
Well,
That-
not necessarily because Blake
that's a lot
can't
of
be
money.
traded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trufant is probably going to be gone though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What needs to go up, though, is that 68 likes right now. Let's get to 100 likes. We got 167 in building right now. Like this stream up. Let's get to 100 likes. The folks of Chat Sports, they're monitoring me a lot, and they want to make sure those likes are up there, and I want to make sure that I'm not on the hot seat like Desmond Trufant is right now and Christian Jones is for my team. Let's see here. We got some hand raise. I know what that means. That means we got ourselves a super chat again from Travis Doyley. I appreciate you. He says, thoughts on signing a wide receiver, Corey Davis. Mark Orem from Orem's Forum. I like Corey Davis. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I like Corey Davis, but it's the same thing. Where's the money coming from? We're going to have to make some cuts to get a guy like that, or you're going to have to backload his contract to do something along that line. But he's a guy that had a big year in Tennessee. He was a guy that had a big year in a contract year, by the way. He was kind of disappearing his last 2-3 years that he was in Tennessee. He'd have a big game occasionally, but he kind of bust out on the scene last year, had a really solid year. I like him, but I'm not paying him big money. I don't think I'd want to pay a Corey Davis big money to come here.
Yeah.
Okay. So he don't want to do that there.
No.
Let's
If
see.
you could get him for cheap, absolutely bring him in.
Troxel
but-
Sports Talk. Lord
Hey,
have mercy.
hey.
This brother is the Terry Crews of the Detroit Lions. Lord have mercy. Cheap.
Hey, we
You
ain't got
wings
money
covered.
though.
I know we ain't got
We-
money,
I know.
bro, but Lord have my mama used to
Money's
tell me
here. The
you
money's
get what you
coming.
pay for. The
Yeah,
money is
it's coming.
coming.
Yeah,
It is
money's
coming.
coming, but for at least this year, it has to be cheap or nothing.
It has
You know.
to be. Yeah, I agree. Hey, okay. No, go ahead, Mike.
Hey,
Sorry, I was going to say
Hottie
something.
Hey,
says, you guys disregard everything I say. It is not on purpose. It is not on purpose at all.
No.
But I want to hear what you got to say, but no F in that chat, boy. Let me know what you really got to say. Give me a question. You're the next one answered there, Hottie. Just let me know. ISN, How about Barmore from Alabama and Koromau from Notre Dame, linebacking core? I like Barmore a lot. I love the defensive line. I like the big guys up front. I am a defensive tackle type of guys. That's what I like. I want to stop the run. I am so tired of seeing running backs just 5 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards,
10 yards. Dalvin Cook.
70
I'm tired
yards.
of people going up the gut against us. People going up the middle and getting
that middle.
Yeah, we have to.
I'm telling you too, man. I'm telling you too, man. This Owusu kid is being labeled as one of the as he's being touted as maybe the best linebacker in this draft. By the way, he is by a lot of people. But Parsons is the guy. But this kid right here, look out for him. He's a monster.
Great question by Keith here, Santa Maria. You can sign one free agent, Galladay, Robinson, Samuel, or Romeo. Who do you sign? I got my guy right now, but Gridiron Blitz, who do you sign?
I'm taking Romeo, man. I'm taking Romeo because I need my defensive ends to eat, bro. I'm telling you, I've been screaming about one for 3 years, and Romeo is the closest we got to anything, any light at the end of the tunnel. I got to keep the defensive. He came alive, man, and just obliterated expectations. That's the guy I'm keeping. Sorry if you're a fan of them other guys.
Eric, who do you going to sign between those guys?
The one Grid said, I can't remember. Samuelson, is that who he said?
Romeo. Where are thou?
Romeo. Yes,
we
Romeo.
got
I'm taking him.
Mark Orem from Orem's Forum. Who are you going to sign?
I'm taking Romeo as well, man. That's a guy, man, that you can't let those type of defensive ends walk out the door. I don't think, man. He did some big things in Detroit, man, on a really bad defense. He was the only one who stood out. You can't let a guy like that walk out the door. You can't, man. You have to pay him. You have to pay him some money. You probably get him at about 4-year, maybe $50 million. And, you're going to have to make some cuts to get him. But that's one guy I would not let walk out of the building. I let Galladay walk before him.
Especially Galladay didn't show up the last, you know what I'm saying? That brother was chilling. Cheeks was warm on the sideline.
I'm going to spice it up for Troxel Sports Talk. The host of the great new show on Wednesday. What is it called? Necessary what, Trox?
Roughness.
Okay, it's roughness with a rough neck. Who are you going to take? And I'm going to throw in Nick Bawden on that list.
Give me Romeo.
Thank you.
Wow.
Finally,
Romeo, he went there. Well, you know what? I like Romeo too, man. I was hoping y'all would say somebody else, but I'm not even going to add on to that. I'm not going to do it. Hashtag ISN, do you think we will get Micah Parsons with the 7th pick? Also, do you see Goff being a bust? Well, if he's a bust, it doesn't matter. I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be okay. Bust is a Mitchell Trubisky or, a Gabbert type of player. I don't see him being that.
Ouch.
When it comes to Micah Parsons, I already know one person on this panel loves Micah Parsons as much as I do, and that is none other than Mark. What do you think?
I think he could be there. There's a possibility for sure. There's been a lot of things coming out about him that he's been doing, that he's been a bad boy at Penn State with this hazing and stuff like that. But if you're talking as from a football point of view, the kid is an absolute monster. He's a little bit raw in coverage and stuff like that, but if he's there at 7, he's definitely a guy that you really have to like they got to do their homework on that kid. That's the thing, and if he's there, man, you have to. I think you have to take him. I think you have to, and he could fall. He could fall just because of what's going on in his personal life and what he's done.
8 more likes away from 100. 8 more likes away.
7 now, Mike. Change right before my eyes. We got 7.
Okay.
Can we get this 6? Can we get this 6? Give me a 6.
Skip Shelton, he says, hashtag Lions. How many wide receivers do the Lions draft in the first 4 rounds? I say they need to draft 2. Oh, my God. If the other over-under is 1.5, do you pick the over or under? Well, I would not do 1.5 because that means I'm cutting somebody in half. Yeah. And, I don't want to cut a wide receiver, have just the bottom half of one guy. So, but I'm going to say just one wide receiver, probably be in the 4th round. What say you, Troxel Sports Talk?
Yeah, I mean, because you can always pick up more in undrafted free agency. but I think at least one drafted wide receiver.
What say you, Gridiron Blitz?
I say we keep forgetting about free agency. I know you guys don't like it, but it comes first for a reason. We've got 6 draft picks currently. We don't know if we're getting out of 7. Could we take one that early? I don't know. So I'm going to say we have to see. I know y'all hate free agency, but it is a thing. So I think maybe we pick, maybe we might resign Sanu. I don't know. We got the stud Geronimo Allison coming back, maybe, right? Because he checked out. So he's going to want to come back and ball. Right, fellas? Come on. No?
He's on the bus.
Sure.
Geronimo is trash. I hate Geronimo. I'm just messing with y'all. So I say we got to see. We overlooking free agency, and we got to see what we pick because that really does determine what happens in the draft.
Hey, I got a name.
I wouldn't mind resigning for a tiny veteran minimum contract.
Who? Sanu?
Sanu, yeah.
Yeah. I like that guy.
What about you, Mark Orm from Orm's Forum?
I think that will probably take one of the draft. Definitely, for sure. Hey, there I am.
Mike, you got to warn somebody, bro. I got electronics sitting in front of me, man. They was almost fried. You was going to see me. Lord.
But I would definitely I definitely see at least one wide receiver drafted. Could just look at our roster. Nobody's there. But I got a name for you guys that could possibly be coming. AJ Green.
Oh no!
Whoa.
You can get him like 2
Oh,
you can get
injury,
him.
bro.
Listen, hear me out though. You can get him for you could get him for 1 year at like $2 million. Would you do it? No.
$1 million, $2 million. I'll
2-3 million?
consider it. I won't do 3, but I'll consider 2.
I hate injured players. That's my thing.
I know. No, I know that.
Yeah.
Just saying the money, man. Just because the money.
The money, man. It's
Just
all about
saying.
money, man.
He might want to make. He might want to make that one more deal. He might be playing for a contract, man. Goff needs help, man. We can't just throw a bunch of
Facts.
rookies at him.
That is true. And
can't
that's
just
why
throw
I
a
said
bunch of
free
rookies his way.
agency. Free agency. Yes.
Resign
Gotta get-
Amendola. Resign Amendola then.
Hey, I don't think DA. You know, DA. He
cool with
called
that.
me. Yeah, he called me and he said, "Hey, Patricia, he's not here. I don't know if I'm here." You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'd be the only person
what
on
he said.
planet Earth would say that.
I know number 9 never said it.
Right.
That we know of.
I would. I mean,
That I know.
DA
I would believe my
underperformed.
dog ate my homework over that.
Yeah, I know, right? I would take DA, but he underperformed. And yes, I said it. He underperformed this year. But
All
I
right,
mean,
all right.
you know, I would take him. I would take him.
Travis Dooley, another $5.
Travis
super
on
chat.
fire.
He is fire, man.
Thanks,
Will you
Travis.
guys be opposed to not signing any free agent and utilizing the draft and undrafted how to make the rest of the team next year? I love this question. You want to know what? I wouldn't be opposed to it. Why? Because when you have free agents that leave your team and you don't sign anybody, you get compensatory draft picks. We've not had a compensatory draft pick, in 5 years? Look at teams. Look at San Francisco and Rams. I think Rams got like 2 or 3 compensatory draft picks just from us. And they're third rounders. So if we could get players that leave, like if Kenny Galladay leaves, we're going to get a 3rd round pick for him because he's going to get a nice contract.
Yep.
If we don't resign Romeo Aquara, he's going to get a pretty nice contract, probably a 3rd round draft. That's 2 third rounds right there.
Marvin Jones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. What do you call it? Signing. If it's up to me, like I said, when it comes to free agency, nobody's getting no more than about a year contract, 2 years top. No, because I'm going to build for the draft, and then when it's their time to get paid, I have the money to pay them. I don't want to be in a situation where I drafted Kenny Galladay and I don't have no money to pay the man. You know, that's the thing that upsets me is like. We draft these players and we can't even re-sign them because you give, $90 million to Trey Flowers. You give, what was Justin Coleman's? What was Justin Cole? Yeah,
20-something million, 27 was it?
Desmond Trufant.
Desmond Trufant.
Halapaludi Vati Vaitai.
Yeah, a Vaitai. I mean, you give all these guys these contracts and they fall flat on their face. Yeah. I'd rather go draft the guy and see what he got. Plus, you got him for a lot longer.
And you got him for cheap.
And you got him for cheap.
And that's definitely what Troxel Sports Talk likes. Hey, folks, I'm 50% Dutch, and Trox is more Dutch than me.
Hey,
He
I'm
says,
trying to build this the right
ISN.
way.
Can you see the Lions having a winning based on what you see now from the work of Campbell and the staff?
No.
I don't see us having a winning record, folks.
No.
Not right
No.
now.
Season.
Not right
Yeah.
now.
Lucky,
Schedule
we'd be
is
lucky to get-
absolutely brutal.
Exactly.
Right now.
We'd be lucky to
And-
get 4 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that
right now-
said, I think we could get probably 5 wins, 6 wins.
Ooh,
With
like this-
that
Ooh,
said,
really?
you're going to see this team compete much more than we've
will.
seen under Matt Patricia. No doubt about it. They're going to bite ankles. They're going to take kneecaps out. I think they're going to be more of a power team, and teams will leave bruised. I think that's what you're going to see, and that's
kneeless.
hashtag facts.
And the barrage of super chats coming in.
Oh my God.
Mike, I will say
Oh,
this.
my God.
Mike,
We
I
got
will say
Frog
this.
Prop jumping a $10 super chat. He's also a member of mine. Great things are coming with Campbell. Swift will need some help. Either we need to keep Galladay or Jones. I'd love to keep Marvin Jones Jr. The issue is I don't think he wants to be here.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
To me,
No.
man, he's not going to cost as much as Galladay,
That
but
ship
he's
sailed.
very valuable.
And I think he earned it, Mike. He earned it.
Oh,
Kid
yeah,
set
he
his
did.
cheeks on the sideline. Maybe he faked in an injury. I don't know. Maybe we talk about that coming up on Spike Kool-Aid. Stay tuned. But I mean, Marvin earned it, bro. That dude made some catches. You know, might have been concussed, came back in the game. I don't know how, but I got to take MJ, man.
And if you don't know,
Yeah.
ISN is going to be sporting a channel every single day. We got On the Warpath Mondays, time yet to be determined. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Gridiron Blitz. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Troxel Sports Talk. Of course, Thursday here. And we're dealing with Mr. Two-Tone Zone, who's going to do that as well. We're making sure that you guys don't miss out on anything. But I appreciate you, King James himself. Look out for Mike Williams from Los Angeles. He might be cut or trade because of cap. Anthony Lynn was his head coach. Good
that's a big
name
body.
drop
I like him.
there. Mark
That's a
Orm
big
from
body.
Orm's Forum.
Yeah, man. I like Mike Williams, man. That's a big body, a kid that can go deep. He can go up. Oh, yeah, man. I like Mike Williams, and he probably won't cost a lot of money as well. He's another guy that could be I'm not going to say he's going to be cheap, but he'll be cheaper than a big-time free agent, right?
Yeah, he's going to be around the same as probably Marvin Jones.
You think? Yeah, maybe. Yep.
Because he got the youth. That's the reason why people are going to try to
True.
pay him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I like him. He's a big kid, man. He's a big kid. I like him.
Yeah.
That would be a very good one, I think, for sure, for the Detroit Lions. Eric, a Lions fan, what do you think? Wide receiver, do you think Mike Williams could be a guy we could try to acquire?
Yeah, I think we'd try to acquire him. And about, I don't know what's his contract like. Is he a free agent or?
I think Eric would prefer Mike Jones. That's who I think, Mike. That's what I'm saying. I'm Mike Jones. That's what I think Eric would prefer. Honestly, real talk. Eric, I got you, man. I got you, brother.
Thanks.
I got you.
Thanks, Grid. Thanks.
No problem, man.
Hashtag ISN, who's the best safety out there in free agency? Tavon Wilson.
Said no one.
Said no one.
Wow.
Wow. Is he still employed at this point?
I think
He's
he's still
somewhere.
collecting
I think
unemployment.
him and Jared Davis about to be on the same squad.
Yeah.
Both elite.
Looks
I
like
think
we're
he-
hosting David Irving. Yes, sir. Staff full of winners. 100% agree with you. And I got a video coming out tomorrow about this staff and why I am excited for this. But we've been on for nearly an hour and 15 minutes, and this is the time where we wind the show down and do final words. Troxel Sports Talk, who was definitely late on time. What do you got to say to the folks?
Hey, my apologies. I was at the doctor's appointments, and what do you call it? So I raced home and was able to get on for a little bit. But I appreciate each and every single one of you guys coming out. Shout out to Eric, the Lions fan, coming out on the show. Man, it's we got to chop it up more often, man. It's been a good time.
It's been a good time for Mark
100%.
Orm from Orm's Forum. We're trying to get this guy to 1,000 subscribers. What do you got to say to the folks?
Hey, guys, thanks a lot for having me. It was awesome again, man. Thanks for the chat, guys. I'm going to join everybody's show as much as I can, man. Thanks, Eric, for joining us, brother.
Thank
It was
you.
a good time, man. Let's talk football, man, as much as we can. Let's do this.
Eric, a Lions fan, his link to his channel is connected to the chat. If you click it, go ahead, subscribe. He's a Lions fan. That's why his name's Eric, a Lions fan.
It's actually
Wouldn't
Eric
be that if
Brenner.
he didn't.
It's Eric Brenner. It's Eric Brenner. That's his channel name.
But
I'm
he's
sorry.
a Lions fan.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'm a
I
Lions
had-
fan.
but he was known for that for so long, and I had to step in. I had to step
Hey,
in.
Big Daddy Chronicles.
What do you got? What do you got to say to the folks out there when we close this bad boy out?
Thanks for everyone that kind of came into this chat. I want to give a big shout out and thanks to MicroMike for having me on today. I was a little bit out of my element, as you guys could probably.
You was right
see
in.
the chat,
Don't
but-
even worry about it, bro. You was right on time.
You're good,
But
buddy.
I had a great time, guys. Thanks, Mike, for having me on. Thank you very much.
Because see, we don't act like we know everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what that we don't do that. You know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good.
And again, we have the Gridiron Blitz. He's host of the new show on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST. Spiked Kool-Aid. What do you got to say to the folks?
Man, I just got to say it's been awesome. You guys have been awesome. We will be live on Spike Kool-Aid on Tuesday, 7 o'clock EST. We've got the phone lines open. Last week's show was amazing. Make sure you check it out because we had a great time. It's a show where we talk. We're a little rough, man. We a little rough. We're a little hot. You know, we like, y'all know me and y'all been around. So y'all know I that's how I does it. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all check it out. Subscribe to everybody on this fine panel and let's talk some Lions football.
And that's facts, folks. If you have not hit that like button, let's do so. Before you do that, before you leave this chat, I want to thank everybody for coming into the show. Got a video dropping tomorrow. It's going to be about the coaching staff, and make sure you want to check that out and why I think that the Detroit Lions are going in the correct direction. On the Warpath Monday, again, Grid on Tuesday, Trucks Wednesday here on Thursday, and we're going to have a show on ISN repping every single day of the week. That's Monday through Monday. And I want to thank also the new head coach of the Detroit Lions. Well, not head coach, but a coach for showing up for the show today, Mark Orm from Orm's Forum. And I want to leave everybody with this. Adios, folks. Have a great night.